everything has turned to be a broken mirror. See, it is so sad that there is no future for this or the future, there are future in the future, and we believe that.
Hello viewers, I'm Miss Khadijattou Sowe. You're watching us from our main studio here at Sukuta Lambai, and this is your program, The Poetry Slam. Today in the studio, I have an amazing young man, one of the most coolest poets in the Gambia. But before I allow him to introduce himself, do follow us on all our social media handles. We on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Assalamu alaikum mbokk seetaan kat yi ñoo dellu di leen nuyuwaat gërëm leen sant leen si ànd nga xam ne saa su ne yéen a ko ànd ak Jommu Online TV rawatina nag seen favorite programme The Poetry Slam ànd ak seen xarit seen soppe Khadijattou Sowe waaye tey nag macha allah wéetu ma fi benn yoon si biir studio bi fii nii maa ngi am gan bi nga xam ne mu ngi yëngu si wàllum poetry ndaw la te xam na lu moo def waaye du ma def dara du bekk mu introduce boppam waaye balaa mu introduce boppam naa leen wax ngeen follow ñu suñ social media handles si ñu ngi Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, walaikum salam. Viewers, I am Junior Baldeh, but my real name is Idrissa Baldeh, commonly known as Junior Baldeh. I'm from Brikama, a student of Kabafita Upon Senior Secondary School. Yeah.
Okay, that's a wonderful introduction. Junior Baldeh, if I may ask, when did you start doing poetry?
For poetry, I started getting serious in 2021, and I was in grade 8. Yeah.
When you were in grade 8?
Yeah.
You started doing poetry?
Yeah.
So what motivates you to do poetry?
Obviously, it was just like, our literature teacher was just organizing between the competition between the first best class and the second best class.
Okay.
So I was in the second best class. Then after then we did the competition. Though at that time I don't even know. I cannot even define poetry. But Alhamdulillah, we did the competition and we happened to win the first best class. Okay. Now to that, there are the poems that others recite. Though I don't take part, but I was there supporting because I don't know about it. So that supporting, I see how people recite poems and I get in love with it. Then one of my PE teacher by the name Madam Kande,
okay,
and so he tried to assist me. She was also a poet. So to that, Alhamdulillah, today those poets, my fellow classmates, the poems that they recited there, those poets, Alhamdulillah, today I perform the same stage on them. So that's really motivate me to get into poetry.
Wow, that is very wonderful.
Yeah.
And what is your view in poetry?
For poetry, I see it's something that is, very, very important because it's a source of, awareness for the, illiterates. And because sometimes there are things that needs to be expressed and all of us, journalists have sometimes, they cannot present all. So, and poets mostly, like for me, when I want to write something about the environment, I do check, and see what is happening or what my fellow citizens are facing. And, I try to jot down in the words and say it as a message for everyone, that don't know it to know it. So to that, poetry is something, that no word can even, because it is beyond its definition, because it contains a lot of things, messages, and also develop your grammar, assist a lot. Yeah.
Okay, you said it serves as an awareness for the illiterates.
Yeah.
I think like sometimes even illiterates don't know what is going on, or even if they know, they don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
So how about those people? How will you call them?
Here why I said illiterates, because I believe those people are the ones that are not educated. Now, if you check many
sometimes you can be educated, but like even if you want to say it, you will not have the courage to say it.
Yeah.
So.
And poetry is the best weapon for that.
Okay.
Because because poetry cannot do it without being educated. I believe. So to that, if you happen to get an information that you want to share, a message that you want to share. So if you write it, I believe when you voice it out, everyone will know. And some maybe may already know it, but maybe you will express on something there that they don't understand, and they will have more understanding about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Have you ever launched an album?
No, no, no.
Are you planning to launch an album?
Actually, right now I can tell what I'm just saying is no words, just action, inshallah.
No. Here we don't know that. Here we don't know. No, just action. You have to say it at least so that we can expect. Yes, Junior Baldeh is about to launch an album, or he will be launching an album soon.
Yeah, why I said that, because I don't believe in like just building castle in the air, because it is said actions speak louder than voice. So to that, before I'll be saying here, I will launch album, I will do that and that, while I don't know, the future is unknown. So that's why I said no words, just action. And I'm on a big project that I'm working with different poets, which are well known, and my own, self poems that are, very, very good, which are some edited by Omar Champion Cham and other great poets. So to that, I believe, it will be starting, I will start releasing it by June or July, inshallah.
Okay,
Yeah,
apart from that project, you are working with Omar Champion Cham.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
other project are you working on?
I'm working also about, for certain videos, because there are some poems like the poetry, we have the lyrical and the dramatic. So there are some poems that are dramatic to express more about the environment. So those ones, I believe they require video. So we are also planning about that too.
Okay, what is the first name of the poem you wrote since you started doing poetry?
That one, I can say the liberation of our nation.
The liberation
Of our nation.
our nation.
Yeah.
So can you recite that for me?
I started with the independence of the Gambia was what I was targeting. But later on, I come to say different things. You understand? So I happens to change the theme of the poem. But though the title and the message in the poem still, are intact. Yeah.
Okay. Can you recite it for me?
Okay, no problem. Here it goes. See, we don't need division and subtraction. We need addition and multiplication of collaboration to move this nation to its perfect destination. See, let me speak the unspoken and reveal the unknown, that we don't need division and subtraction. We need addition and multiplication of collaboration to move this nation to its perfect destination. See, together, let's take the responsibility to speak the truth as the reality, all in equality, no more majority or minority, because we are all created by the Almighty. Yara, you lay on the trap to grab the crab and chill on the frap. But sorry for a second, thought you felt or had the hell we are living in? No doubt. The smiling coast losing innocent souls every day. Grateful future leaders' dreams started because of Doku Sodobalia. Wounds that can never be healed. Pabilni merul bejahal limfentem for konku jau mimbeduri. Kneeling on their knees, still no one can provide their needs. Indeed, this wasn't the deal. See, sometimes I even sit and ask myself, are you the guy that promised to make a difference by being a different phenomenon sasa for mirror? Because everything has turned to be a broken mirror. See, it is so sad that there is no future for this of the future to future. There are future in the future, and we believe that they are the future. So how can the future look better in the future while there is no future for this of the future to achieve their future in the future? Fendemantul jisoso fanimso katunko wa de all on mokili nekabeko uto janning kariko gambianul ko ngafoyeko. They voted for change, so they need change for change. No time to criticize, but high times to emphasize. So allowed me to sensitize the system that is politicized. They educate us at any event. They criticize our living, they traumatize our feelings, and now they wish to switch up the smiles we possess in our smiling coast, which is the Gambia, our homeland. See, in this depression with no chance of expression, I question, why the discrimination? How can I believe that we love the nation while we can't unite and raise the nation? Thinking that we are thinking, not knowing that we are thinking. See, the time is taken. I believe Dolce Fono, so let me speak for Kudolce Lono to express the reality through Lono for Kudolce Fahamuno. I wonder when shall we see ourselves in the next, because our leaders never plan for the best, but love to be called the best out of the rest. Don't vex, I wore the bitter truth vest, because the fuck is done best. So the fuck is done best, because there are lots to be done, so do the done to make it done before you're gone. In the sense of oneness, we celebrated the coronation, but regretfully we dance on the chain of suffocation. See how tough and rough everything is laid on bondi na Gambia kata for 1 year. Kumo bena fonya, but fall in trust katu nyene bentolia. Yeah,
Wow.
thank you.
Don't vex, I ready.
Bitter truth vest.
Okay, that's nice. It's a wonderful poem, though. So, why did you write this poem?
Yeah, this poem I wrote it because I have seen many things that are affecting my fellow citizens in this country, and what kind of citizens can be sitting and look at this nation
Things
devastated.
like what? I want you to elaborate more. Things like what?
Yeah, things like, just example, let me start with my own. Like I'm a student
Okay.
and check those, also that, comes before me. Like currently the university students, if we check at Faraba, what used to happen there after when going home is something very serious. And
Scarcity of boss.
yeah, and
Okay.
even right the time I was coming at the Gambian college, the line there from there was very long. So, and it's always hectic. And after that also, if you check, this, the operation of these roads, yeah, it is true. The roads, they do it because for safety, for road safety. But now I believe when they are to do that, they should, give another place where they can, settle. Because if you check, the time they were settling there, the NRA and those people, they were aware of it. And every day, the area council duties, they are paying it every day, the $5. And their taxes, they are also paying it. So to that, when they just come, they said where they are settling is illegal while they are paying everything that they ask, that they are asked to pay. And they come to say that, it is illegal. It's something that mind can't, believe in. And to that, now if we check some people, like especially the, my mothers that used to sell on the road, on the highway. Now, some people, like the mothers, their husbands have already kicked the bucket. Now, to that, they have to go and find how best to get money to come and feed, to put something on the table.
Sure.
So to that, when we are, they try to get, their expenditures is being demolished. So how can they be, be fulfilling the, the promises at home? And the kids, mom cannot,
It's
we all
very
know
sad.
mom cannot see and,
Sure.
sit and see, his or her, child being suffering from hunger or whatever. She may prevent herself from eating, but she must, she
She
make
must
sure
feed
that,
her children.
yeah. So the things that are happening, there are lots, because if we check, like some students, like at the Gambia College, though I don't read there, but according to rumors, let me say it like that. Sometimes, like when you pay, like I think the fee is 36,000, I think. So to that, sometimes you pay it, and you happens to, like example, like when you are given through exams, like you pass the two and fail the one, it's still zero. So it means
You're
you
gonna
have
repeat.
already, yeah, pay your 36,000. It's
In vain.
always zero. And from grade, some people start from kindergarten to grade 12. All what the struggles, especially the examination classes like grade 9 and grade 12, all what you have suffered is zero. And you have already lost your 36,000 and, no job now. So
It's
what to
sad.
do while you are already on? Where will you learn skill? It's also a problem. So things are much hectic, things are, I mean, the problems of this country, okay? Muy logo.
So are you ready to change that with your points?
Yeah, inshallah. That is why, if you check, even my poetry name doesn't stop at Junior Baldeh. It added, the legitimate son of the smiling coast. And many people, since day one, people are asking me why that name, and I keep hiding it. And maybe
And
later
I will
I
ask you today why that name. I was even
Yeah.
coming to ask you why that name.
Yeah. So the reason behind that name, and even the Junior Ballet too, because some says that I should use my
Your
my
real
real
name,
name, because
okay.
I was learning the Holy Quran. After finishing it, then I start going to school, and I know all. I have a little knowledge about the Holy Quran. So why I don't use my real name? If we check, like when I was young, the person that I'm named after, we were living in the same compound. Like example, when we are to call, like when you said Idrisa, like both of us answered. So you see, now there was one person that now tried to differentiate. Now
You call
Idris,
this
we have
one
Idrisa Junior and Idrisa Senior. So the senior
Okay.
is the one that I'm named after it. So I'm the
Okay.
junior now. You understand? So that's how the junior came about. And after that, so the time I started poetry, now I prefer, I love that name. So I said, let me just use that, name and add my surname there. Now the legitimate son, and I think, yeah, most of us know the legitimate son, whenever it is said, it says, a lawful child that is born in a marriage. Some people, do born before getting married. So a legitimate son is a child that is born in a marriage. So and I'm a legitimate son. Now the reason why I put
So a child born without a marriage
it's
is
illegitimate
called.
son. Illegitimate
How
son.
sure are you?
Of course, let me tell you.
Okay.
Now, when you said legitimate, lawful, illegitimate, unlawful.
I know.
Yeah. Now the legitimate there. I'm born in a and mostly if we check even like when it comes in terms of Islam our religion, like the most the best way and what the like according to the the deen, like the lawful thing is the acceptable thing is by getting by giving birth in a marriage. Because I observe now the present generation, people do give birth before getting married, and that's unlawful, and
Really?
it's against also the Islam.
Okay.
So that's why it is unlawful, illegitimate son. Now a child born in a marriage is legitimate son.
To me, I don't use like illegitimate son, like illegitimate child. I don't use the word illegitimate, because those people might feel bad.
Yeah.
Like maybe you might just say a love child, the appropriate word.
Yeah, that's why. So
Some call it love child.
yeah,
So-
because the way I use that, because in my name I use the legitimate there. So to give an opposite for more understanding is why I use it. So now the legitimate, why I add the smiling cross there? Yeah, because when you can just say Mother Gambia, and you all know Gambia is not like a human being. But I say Mother Gambia, we are born in Gambia,
Okay.
so that's why we said Mother Gambia. And the main thing why I bring the smiling coast there is because of the patriotic love that I have for my country and my fellow citizens. Yeah.
So that is why you say the legitimate child.
Yes, the legitimate son of the smiling
That's cool.
coast. Yeah.
So, which poem do you feel sad whenever you recite it?
That poem is the era of darkness. Though I relive, half of it, though I don't relive the full of it, because it will be the second poem that I am planning to release in my project. It's the one that I'm saying it requires video.
Okay, can you just give us some acapella?
Okay. I felt sad when I saw his mom crying and screaming. Then I asked. She couldn't reply because her tongue was locked. Her lips were zipped so she can't speak, all because of the grief, and she can't keep patient because of the frustration. So she decided to sacrifice her life and let herself to death. After a few days later, I saw him walking on the street carrying a bottle with contaminated water. And at night, I found him sleeping at the dumping areas. In the midst of that night, I was unable to control my emotions, neither to get hold of my tears. Then I wept and knelt in sadness because I was completely depressed of his demented situation. And after a moment, I raised and scratched my head in shock. Dear mothers, if only you know what it takes to become a mother, you wouldn't destroy one another. Sometimes I wonder, how can you fight one another, hurt one another, and still call yourself mothers while you act like motherers? It's still there.
Oh, it's very nice and it is touching though.
Yeah.
So why do you write this poem?
It's because like there
And
is
why
one.
do you choose that title first?
Yeah. Let me start with the theme first.
Okay.
Because I was having one elder though. Yeah. Let me not mention the name. In fact.
Okay.
Now, when I was young, he loves me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, even football is the one that take me along. We go to the cinema and watch football together. Now, at time, she happened to got insane. So to that, I try to get some experience there and how I feel it now, because what all I have done with him. Now I just see him walking on the street, sometimes naked even. So it's really hard touching. So that's why I come with the theme, because black people, we don't want to see anything like so when someone is trying to be in a progress for prosperity, we always try to fight against him. And that's why still we are not developing, because maybe when he succeeds, may help other people, the poor and others, for them also to succeed, and those may also help others, so it may distribute like that until something becomes. But unfortunately, that's what happened. So I really got I felt very, very, very sad about it. So I try to do I can say 50% of it it based on imagination, because I don't take the 100% story of him. Just few things that I found him. That's why I said in the midst of that night I found him sleeping at the dumping areas. So there are a few things, that I, take, from his situation, but I don't take extremely from it. Yeah.
It's sad. It's very sad though.
Yeah.
But this is Africa.
You see.
We cannot go without those things. So
Yeah.
then for new moon like
Yeah.
for new moon like.
Yeah.
So like what are the achievements you made since you started doing poetry?
To me, like the achievements, the word is general to me, because even like before the time I started poetry, like when people see me struggling to write a poem, they say that it a you sort of it from five and several. And alhamdulillah, today those are the ones that are telling me, I really love your poem, please send it to me. Or when I'm coming to release a poem, when I share the flyer, they tell me that can't wait, so they'll be always following me until I release the poem. And I believe that's an achievement. And like time I started, if I was having like zero supporters, today I'm alhamdulillah, I may even got 30% or even 50, because things totally change, because I have been also to Paradise TV twice, and like in my family no one was expecting such, like like, because for us what we have found is is the Holy Quran of the Holy Quran. So in fact I can say I was the first child to go to school in our family.
Wow.
So to that, they happen to see me in such, and I believe it's a big achievement in poetry. And I can proudly say that in our school also, I'm currently the best poet there, because even competitions I do win there. And the last year competition, there was a competition organized at Jufure, and I contribute. Alhamdulillah, I come out with the first position of the poetry competition, and that's also an achievement. Yeah.
Okay, that is very good. Loolu noonu day ñaaxa si famille te plus yow tamit pël nga, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pël yi moom Quran rek ñoom daal seen doom yi si njàngitee Quran dañ lay foog ne doom bi xamagul dara, so it's normal though, and it is a very good idea, because man pël la te xam naa si dara, understand. About the poem also, comme I'm very sorry, li du dee ñaaxa si African si so foog ñu muñ rek ñu gëm yàlla, ñu xam ne comme like lu happen rek ndogali yàlla la, lu dut yàlla rek neen la. Yeah, sure. So, what are the challenges you face since you started doing poetry?
Challenges like, I have faced different challenges in terms of like sometimes I may need some, because even right now I'm not having a mentor. Though sometimes when I'm a champion, like he do help me in editing, but still, in terms of even writing, there are some, maybe like I know is an error in the poem, while I don't know. So it's also a challenge is that I'm not having a mentor. And secondly, sometimes I face financial problems. Like sometimes when I write, like even the police or heroes, that's where shot at Sukuta traffic light, I wrote something about it, but it's to sometimes become a challenging to like to record the poem, because everything you have to pay the recording and whatever you have to do, it requires a lot of money sometimes. So it's also a problem. And thirdly, supporting also. Yeah, because when you study, people think that what you are doing is just, something nonsense. So no one will look after you. So you are try to push and pull with it until, from nothing to something.
Okay, that's cool. You made mentions of mentorship problem.
Yeah.
So have you ever find one and it was to no avail?
Actually, it was one poet, but I will not mention the name.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not long ago, but what he told me that he will think about it later, and I gave him a few days, and then I come back to him and ask him what is his final decision, and he told me that he's still thinking about it. So actually, I learned that he's not ready, because this is not something like what this boys and girls should have think about. I will think about this. Just something, just for editing, just to look at the errors, you rectify and finish. That's all about editing. Yeah.
Okay, to me, nekkul poetry rek ñoom ñoo la mën a mentor. Understand? So mun nga dem sa teacher si. Wala sa comme like sa close friends yoo xam ne even gars xam nañ dara si comme like maybe they are educated wala xam nañ dara si poetry ñu sa mun ne la mentor comme like teacher boo mention ni is it Madam Kande?
Yeah, Madam Kande.
Madam Kande, right?
Yeah.
Kooku noonu sa mun na la mentor.
Yeah, but the problem is, I'm not currently with her.
Never in the same school.
No, no, no. So now the biggest challenge is, poetry always things are getting outdated because if you check, like, sometimes even you hear people who are in their poem saying youths, they are the S there. And if you check, like, currently this one is outdated. The plural is youth. It requires more. It's just like child and children. So the children there requires more S to make it plural because the children itself is, plural. So so things are just outdated because I'm using because too much in your poems also is something that is outdated. Or come on stage and said, I'm here to recite a poem entitled that and that. Or you said, good afternoon, principal, teacher, script. All those are things that are outdated.
It's outdated, yeah.
Yeah, so it depends on the research. So when teachers, they are always busy on their lesson plans and others. So, and the teachers that I mean, those ones are literature teachers, but they don't focus on like more researches, the how to call it, the updates of poetry.
So, like, have you ever talked to Champion Cham or Brain about it? Because I know, as far as I know, those people are always available for poets.
Yeah. For Champion, for him, I have never tell him about to mentor me. Because sometimes he do assist without even I tell him to assist me. Because when I'm with him, he told me that how far about the poetry. If I tell him I'm just posting, tell me that let me see your work. Sometimes he do rectify me.
Sure.
Yeah, and for Brain, I don't know Brain that much because it's the olden days. That was my first time for me to meet with him.
Okay.
And to that, though it's because of their olden days, we happens to know each other through WhatsApp because I was part of the guest poets. So that's how I become to know with poet, but the Brain. But I don't, know with him that much.
Okay. Time is not on our side, so I'll just allow you to recite one more poem for us. Then after you give your concluding remarks.
Okay. Now this is entitled Wait No More. Today is the day, so do it all today. If tomorrow will never come, you will never regret a day. My dear Bultonga Harken and Demal Ganyafe and make your family proud. If you wanna have something, you must do something and get something in order to be something and be doing something that will be memorialized as something. See, the clock is rotating and the sun is shining, so wake up. There is no time for sleeping. Dress up and start working. Don't back up. Have the aspiration to reach your destination. Don't give up. Only God can make everything impossible, so work hard and win up. Sing a batale tara water fonse tara and so buge am dara ilfonga def dara. So the manga tranga am dara before enemies will laugh and say do dara. As the saying goes, no pain, no gain, no hard work, no success. What a fenge offense to the fendi. Wait no more. Get up and hit the road. Don't look back. It is time for you and I to go and find it. Struggle for it, fight for it and have it. For we shall make it. So let's go for it and stop thinking about it. Stand on never say it never. Don't say it no. Just know what you should know and try to know all the unknown because no one knows. So no the future because it is all unknown. For you are the hope of the family. So don't wait for it. Go for it before it will be late. There is no place to relax and there is no time by your side. The bell is ringing. So bite your finger and aim to be a greater tomorrow. Mom and dad are your back. So pack and be ready to end the dark. Life is a battle. Have a weapon and fire the game. Tackle the challenges and get the key of the future. See, am I easy? But if once I cut and first ronda ko am dara moy def dara. Though it is never easy. And it will never be easy. So don't be lazy. Get up before things will be more crazy.
Wow, that is very nice. It is a very nice poem. So I'll allow you to give your concluding remarks.
First of all, I would like to thank my family at large, especially my mom and dad and my fans and lovers, my school and each lover of poetry, especially I myself, Junior Baldeh, and forever every viewer of Jungle TV and supporter of Gam Poetry, the forward movement of Gam Poetry, and my other teachers that do assessment school like Madam Kinte and Mr. Cisse, my literature teacher, they do help me. Yeah, so to that, I will like to thank everybody who is, watching Jungle TV and every follower of Jungle TV and every lover of Gambia. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Okay, mbokk yi li leen ne amaloon tey si biir programme bi so di leen wax ne bye bye bi beneen yoon incha allah.